Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. As this week I'm going to plough through and do an Ironman video, hopefully, every day. Most of the hopeful aspect of that comes from the survival of myself as opposed to my ability to put the video out. Because yesterday I was kind of very proud, and you know what they say, pride comes before a fall. I was very proud. I know it's early doors, level 31-ish at the time, but I was pretty proud of my accomplishments yesterday. How I dealt with situations as opposed to the difficulty of the actual content. Yes, it is starting to get a wee bit tougher, admittedly, especially when you're having to operate under the Ironman rules. If you want to know them all, go to the very first Ironman video, but just kind of a basic recap without going into absolutely everything. Can't die, that's the main thing. You die, it's all over, but there's no greens, no blues, no epics, no potions, flasks, help, bonus, guild bonuses, any of that. Can't have any of that gubbins. This is just wearing grey gear and white gear. Not allows any specialization skills, nothing like that whatsoever. So it's just the raw skills that you get through leveling up and any gear, white or grey, that you may find throughout the course of your journey. So yes, when you get to around level 30 odd, I'm definitely noticing a wee bit of difference. But where I was, I think it was in Rathia Highlands, where I was before, I had out-leveled it substantially. It actually got to level 30 odd, and the mobs there were 26, 25, some were 27, 28, 29. So a lot of it was actually pretty easy for me to deal with. So I had a sort of buffer in yesterday's video. I sort of had a buffer that if I made any mistakes, the chances are I would be able to survive. Today is a video all about risks and where things can go slightly wibbly wobbly at times. I decided, rightly or wrongly, I'll leave that for you to decide in the comments below. I would like to hear your feedback on that, to leave Arathi Highlands and come over here to Hinterlands, to Reventusk village. And this was a progression leap for sure, because suddenly from fighting mobs which are level 25 to 26, I was now fighting mobs which are level 31, 32. So in effect, I was now fighting mobs my own level. And so I had to try and adopt some new methods of dealing with them. Now, these snapjaws, for example, they hit my pet really hard with an ability. I can't interrupt that ability. I'd need to have another pet out to have any sort of chance of interrupting it. And if I have that pet out, I won't have my tank pet out, which means I'll get the aggro. So it's a catch-22 situation. So what I decided to do with quite a lot of mobs today was to fear spam them. That's something that I can do when I've got yellow mobs around. Obviously, it's not something I'm going to be able to do if I've got aggressive mobs around me, because that would just cause, well, the chances are probably cause the end of my Ironman experience, full stop. So what I was doing with things like this elite, well, not really, this is a quest mob here. I think this used to be an elite, didn't it? I'm sure this used to be a rare elite. Possibly. Maybe I'm confusing it from days gone by. But it's always been a relatively tough mob to fight before we got all the heirloom stuff. And it felt that way again. So, you know, 4,000 health. I'm currently sporting, what, 1.3, 1.4 thousand health. So it's got substantially more than me. Luckily, all the turtles that are around the place are neutral. So even if I did send it feared off into the netherworlds, it's not going to bring anything back with it. And that's the way that I chose to deal with a lot of the mobs in this area. So to start with, and also coupled with the fact that I was right next to the village, coupled with that, I started off thinking I was vindicated in my decision to come over here to the Hinterlands. Now then, let's just start to move away from the safety of the village. And let's just get out of that protective little bubble that I've been in for the past few minutes, thinking everything's hunky-dory, and come up to the top. Now, recently I did my Memoirs of a Warlock, video number 1, where I talked about Jinthara Law, which is just there to the left-hand side. I don't think I'll ever be attempting that at the sort of level that I'm at. I'd have to completely out-level that place to stand any chance, I believe, of getting anywhere near the top. But here, I can't adopt the tactics which I was used at the start. I can't do my fear spam now, because I'm in an area where all the mobs are aggressive, or at least a vast proportion of the mobs are aggressive. But I managed to negotiate my way through, and I came here to the safety, relative safety, of a troll sort of hideout, troll little campment. Now, I started to attack the Wild Hammer, and this is where things go slightly wrong. First of all, the shamans were a little bit problematic for me because of their heal. Their heal was taking them all the way back up to full health. And there's nothing I could do. Like I said, I couldn't interrupt it for the reasons that I gave before. And I got a nasty little respawn there. I got a nasty little respawn of the Wild Hammer warrior. Now, I am running out of mana. I am using Health Funnel. I know a lot of people say, God's sake, do not life tap. Do not use Health Funnel during Ironman Challenge. And it's something I have been doing in calculated situations. I thought I had a possibility of saving my pet there. That's why I was using the Health Funnel. No, I couldn't. And with the Chamois, I'm simply trying to outlast their mana pool, waiting for them to burn all their mana off, healing themselves back up to full, back up to full, back up to full, back up to full, then knocking them off when they can do that no longer. So I think I was in a relatively decent position. I was sort of like, oh no, I've lost my pet again. The Shamans decided to join in that fight. Time to get another pet out. So quick life tap, and these mobs are hitting hard. Look, hitting me for over 100 health of strikes. That's 10, 11, 12 hits. I'm dead. So I do have to be careful. And then I'm life tapping and I'm health funneling, and it's not good. Then look at this. I get another respawn right on top of me, and I get another mob, another warrior comes in. So I'm just like, oh shit. Lose the pet once more, kind of panic, and I summon the imp. I summon the imp instead of the goddamn Voidwalker. Now, thankfully, for a time, anyway, I know it's sort of losing it now, but for a time, I had the troll soldiers here take care of the second one that I aggroed in, and I'm trying to get out now. I'm fessing up. Clearly, I was just trying to get out. I was on a run. And I couldn't get up the embankment. And then I've lost the imp now. So I'm just like, oh shit. Shit. So fortunately, again, the second mob, which I'd aggroed in, seems to be distracted elsewhere. And I can polish off one of the two. If I had both of them on me at that same time, I would be nervous. I don't know what would have happened. Howl of Terror would have definitely come into play, but would it have come off cooldown in time for me to get that separation and corner one, segregate one from the other and take them out? And then I use the NPCs here. This is something which you can do, and this is a great cheeky way of doing certain things, but I use the NPCs there quite clearly to aid me. Sure, it wasn't as if I was actually going to go outside and fight it there with what was going on, but still, I was lucky enough that he came into the encampment, ergo, nothing I could really do about that, Governor, and it got attacked by multiple ones. So I had another hair-raising experience, but along the way, I did ding to 33, which was really cool, and I sincerely enjoyed that. And that was actually taking out a rare elite just at the bottom of this hill. And so I'm coming back with 2% of 33 done and handing in all of these quests, which I've been doing out and about. And they're quite high, you know? They're giving decent amounts of experience levels, even at a basic rate that I'm getting. You know, I've got no experience modifiers at all anywhere. So I'm getting like 2,500, 2,700. I think one even gives me round about 3,000 mark. And I'm just notching them up. So suddenly this 2% is like 23%. And by the time I've handed them all in, I think we're somewhere around 60-odd% pushing away onto level 34. And what was best about that, what's the best thing for me, is I'm running out of EXP. And that's one thing which has been aiding these last couple of levels, is my EXP. And I'm running out. But when you hand quests in, it doesn't take up any of the EXP. It pushes it along by that number of experience points that you hand in. So every, you know, 2,500, I'm pushing it along another 2,500. So by time I think the final quest is handed in, I think there's 2 more to go over in the pier, the level bar is now full again with EXP. I log out in the inn. I know you don't have to log out in the inn. It's a force of habit now from having to do it all that time in WoW. All that time back in there. So at least I think when I start the Ironman challenge tomorrow, going for the next push, I will have about a level's worth-ish. About a level's worth or so to help me along the way, even if I can't use any of the gear. So we've pushed on another level, going from 32 to 33, and not only that, we're 60% into level 33 as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's vid. Please do like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook and also twitch.tv/Heel vs Babyface for live streaming. I shall be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.